G'day viewers, how are you this fine Wednesday? Glad you could make it. I'm here to talk about WAINGAFAT Wednesday. Who am I not giving a fuck about today? And today, I'm not giving a fuck about flat earthers who are being persecuted. I'm as surprised as you to look around and see how common belief in a flat earth as opposed to a globe is. Because on the surface, that is mind-bogglingly fucking stupid. Curvature of the Earth was proved centuries ago. You know, we have spaceships now that go around the Earth. But even without that, there were scientific instruments that measured the curvature of the Earth centuries ago. Like that old story about Christopher Columbus proved the world was round. No, people already knew that the world was round there. It was used in navigation. Ask anyone who's a navigator and they will talk about how they use the curvature of the Earth in their measurements for plotting courses as they go sailing away. But no, they're flat earthers and they're being persecuted. What's that, you say? They're being dragged into the streets, kicked in the head, tied to a post and set on fire? They're being persecuted? No, that's just what I thought of doing to them when I read about them. Their idea of persecuted is laughed at and being called fucking morons. Now, when I say a flat earther is stupid, what I really mean is willfully ignorant to a mind-boggling degree. Because you will see people who are prominent flat earthers who are quite good achievers in their field, whether it be academia or sport or the arts. There are all sorts of people who believe the Earth is flat, despite an absolutely incontrovertible mountain of evidence that proves otherwise. They will spout utter ridiculous garbage. They go, oh no, look at this measurement, look at, or even really stupid things like they'll walk out and look at the horizon and go, I can't see a curve in the horizon, therefore it's flat. Despite the fact you can actually get particular vantage points where you will see the curve with your naked eye, but your eye and how your brain interprets what your eye sees is horribly flawed. It's so easy to fool your eyes. And like I said, I'm not talking about high tech because, again, you may not be surprised to learn that people who say the Earth's flat, their answer to, you know, satellites and the moon and stuff and having photos of the globe Earth, it's a hoax. It's a conspiracy, sheeple. NASA is one great big conspiracy. Just chew on that for a moment. Like, yes, you have to be bizarrely, profoundly ignorant to say the Earth is flat. But how fucked in the head do you have to be to believe in a conspiracy that involves literally millions of people and spans centuries? What sort of fucked unit do you have to be to say something like that and expect to be taken seriously? That's the bit that really does my head in. People just are blithely saying, no, Earth's flat. I'm convinced. I looked and there was no curve. The Earth is flat. And go, a moment's reflection on it, just a moment. How on earth would a conspiracy that spans centuries and covers millions of people, how would that be sustained? How paranoid do you have to be to believe that there are conspiracies on that scale? And that is the one thing that you will find common across flat earthers. Possibly not universal, although I suspect it would be, being very conspiracy minded. Not unintelligent as in they score badly on an IQ test, although I'm sure a lot of them do, but prone to conspiracies, because that is really the only thing that can prop you up. They will say ridiculous things about common sense. Common sense would tell you you cannot possibly sustain a conspiracy on this scale. It is absolutely ridiculous to suggest that that could be done. So you have to be so deeply into a conspiracy mindset to just avoid that common sense. But even they go, but they're open-minded. What's the actual shape? What's out there? Some people, and I'm not joking, some people literally think Earth is like a snow globe. There is an actual dome over the flat Earth. The other ones talk about a wall of ice around it. It's like, if there is an end to the Earth, if it's a flat disc, why the fuck have none of you sailed on a boat out to the edge and taken a fucking photo? Something that straightforward. Why have you not done that? And even without that, like, they give this ridiculous thing about what I can see with my eyes. Look up at the fucking sky at night. There are completely different constellations in the northern hemisphere that you can't see in the southern hemisphere. And the same thing, the Southern Cross here, you can't see it in the northern hemisphere. The North Star, you can't see that in the southern hemisphere. That can't be explained with a flat Earth. If Earth was flat, you would see the fucking stars the same from wherever you were, apart from a slight difference in angle. But a globe explains why you can't see some constellations from some positions on Earth, because you're not facing them. And it's like really absolutely simple, incontrovertible evidence, and these people bury their heads in the sand. And if they would just fuck off and be in their weird little paranoid clubhouse and say, Earth's flat, but to come out and say they're being persecuted, or I can't even mention this at Earth because people will laugh at me. They'll laugh at you because you're a fuckwit, because that shit you're spouting is laughable. Anybody who promotes something like this, like, you're an enemy of humanity. Like, other people are out here with big issues, trying to help people understand complex things, understand the differences between people, facing big challenges, social challenges, scientific challenges, and you're stuck 1,000 years in the past saying the Earth is flat. You people are fucking idiots. You aren't being persecuted, although you should be, and I wouldn't give a fuck if you were.